Hi, this is Will Hull with Tech Service today again in a continuing series of videos on how to plan and implement IT infrastructure rollouts. Today what we're going to be talking about is site preparedness. You want to make sure that when your technicians get out in the field that the site is ready for them. And there's several different components to making sure that the site is ready. The first, and probably the most important, is that the personnel that are out in the field understand what the project is, what the purpose is of it, how it impacts their life, and what they need to do when they need to do it. It's important to get buy-in from everybody out in the field, because if they don't understand the project, if they're surprised, or they don't understand how it's improving their life, the chances are they're not going to pay the kind of attention that they need to, they're not going to be on time, they're not going to be doing what you need them to do so that when the tech shows up, he or she can get everything done quickly, get tested, and get out of there. So we really recommend that you have a series of meetings, both via phone or ideally via video conference if you have those kind of capabilities, as well as backed up by emails. By them understanding what the project is and buying into it, seeing how it's going to improve their day-to-day lives and the lives of your customers, it's going to improve the chances that they're going to be helpful with what you're doing. It's also really critical that you ensure that the equipment is going to be on site when you need it on site. So make sure that you're tracking things carefully and that you're checking in with the site to ensure that the package has been received. Don't just take a shipping company acknowledgement to be absolutely sure that the package is where you need it to be. It's not just that somebody has signed for it, but that they've taken the package and they've put it somewhere clear where it's safe and secure and you know where it's going to be when the technician gets on site. Sometimes people, like managers, may take things home with good intention, not wanting an expensive piece of sensitive IT equipment to get misplaced, and you really don't want that going off site, or they may forget that it's there, the tech shows up and it's not there. So ideally you want to have one consistent location, whether it be a manager's office or in the IT closet, where you want the equipment kept until the tech shows up. And it's important that it be a secure location. Unfortunately, sometimes things have a way of walking away, especially wireless access points that we have found. So make sure that you've got a secure place where you know it's going to be, so when the technician shows up, boom, they've got it. Now, it's also important that your personnel understand that they have to be early for the technician to show up, and they have to have the proper keys or access codes to get the technician what they need when they need it. There is nothing worse than having a technician show up and there's nobody there to let them in the building, and or there's no one that knows where the proper equipment is or has access to actually get it to them. That wastes your technician's time, it wastes your time, it wastes the site's time, it hurts your schedule, it hurts your costs, it puts your project on the back foot. You want to make sure that you're reminding site personnel of where they need to be, when they need to be there, with emails and calls the day before the technician is actually going to arrive. We are creatures of habit, and anytime we do something that's outside of our normal habit, we have a tendency to forget. Normally, projects are requiring people to come in earlier or stay later than they're normally accustomed to with their work schedule. So make sure that they're reminded where they need to be, when they need to be there. 4 key things to remember when it comes to site preparation. Number 1, make sure that you've got buy-in from the on-site staff, especially management, that they understand what the project is, what their role is, and how that role contributes to the overall success of it. Number 2, make sure that the necessary equipment is properly configured, it's on site, and it's in a secure place where the technician's going to be able to get to it quickly and get going. Number 3, make sure that you're giving email and phone reminders to the relevant site contacts the day before the tech is scheduled to arrive so that nobody forgets. And finally, make sure that those people arrive early with everything they need in terms of keys, access codes, they know where the equipment is so that the technician can go as soon as they're on site. The last thing you want is a technician standing around waiting, because that's just costing you time and it's costing you money. I hope you've found this segment helpful in thinking about how to plan your IT rollouts, and hope that you enjoy the rest of the videos that we've got in this series. Thanks for watching.